Personally speaking, I think he's going to stay as their IGL. Well, that aged like milk. G2 have officially made the change, bringing mobs in and benching Nexa pretty darn quick. But before we dive into G2 some more, we got a word on Nexa pretty darn quickly. With word around the street that Nexa won't have long to wait to be officially picked up, I'm curious what? Bleed have officially acquired the Rifler just days after his benching. So who do they replace? It looks as though Favin in the past 6 months hadn't done the best in his 170 maps playing with the European org. With a 1.02 rating and a 69 ADR, though he did have a good 0.62 DPR, Favin's clearly dipped from his 2023 days in Big Clan. Almost everything's been down for the German Rifler, which is anything but good. But you're telling me this beats him? No offense to Nexa, but his 2024 with a 0.98 rating has been way worse than Favin's. Really, Kassad? Really? Doubling down on Nexa, huh? Okay, let's go to his 2023. Worse. Want to triple down? Let's go for 2022. A little bit better, but still. Now bear in mind, I don't think Nexa is a bad player. He can play CS at a high level and has shown that he can play some good games. He's a streaky player whose highs are good, but lows are... yeah. But good on Nexa for finding a new home. And speaking of home, Hooxi's now in need of one. That's right, for whatever reason, not even 48 hours after posting my last Foxtail news video, it was announced that Hooxi had been benched. Bruh, seriously G2? Now you want to make changes quickly? But with a 0.89 rating, and though a very intelligent IGL in CS2, Hooxi's move shocked little in the CS2 world. In the eyes of seemingly everyone, it wasn't if he was moving, it was when is he gone already? But with many rumors spreading, we already had options coming out of our ears. With Liquid benching Cadian, quite a few warmed up to that idea. Secondary opping with Modesty would be tricky, but he's got incredible IGL strats. If that wasn't gonna work out, there was always Glaive from Ents. Everyone and their mother have been thinking that Glaive's IGLing is too good for the org, and his name has been linked through word of mouth to Team Liquid and now G2. And with an incredible plethora of a resume, it's a match that I think could work really well. But with Hooxi gone, the Giga Chad, the good vibes, the fact that he made G2 a better team, he made players all around him better, it's just weird to see him benched like this and G2 needing an IGL. 3 trophies hoisted in his time with G2. And though he left temporarily for his brother's wedding, G2 went on that miracle run with Stewie 2K. I believe everyone thinks that's what did him in. And with one of the final rumors coming in that Nico would IGL again, this one was one that was hotly contested. Yes, Nico and crew did a bang-on job with Stewie at Dallas. And Nico's been crushing it this year with a 117 rating on 81.2 ADR and basically every single attribute in the green. Nico's still doing great work, and hindering him with this IGL? It makes more sense than Twist being IGL, but not by a whole lot. And besides, he's got so many more years in the tank. 2 or 3, I would say, at the least. And if you did this, though it clears up the IGL role, you still have a player missing from your roster. Who's going to pick up that piece? Enter the final big rumor in Perfecto. A former major winner, having a 1.07 rating in the disaster that was an Opera-less Cloud9, it sounds like a match made in heaven, right? So G2, Cadian, Glaive, Perfecto, and a whole lot of names rumored to your roster. Who's replacing Hooxi? Sorry, what? G2 have pulled the ultimate Uno reverse card and picked up the 215-year-old wizard in Snacks. Okay, so he's only 30 years young, sue me. But Snacks has more experience in CS than almost anyone else. Formerly the Rifler/Opper in Virtus Pro. No, not that one! The best version of Virtus. The Virtus Plow. For 4 years being on that epic team before moving to Mouse for whatever that was, he bunked back with Virtus once again for another 1.5 years before saying his final goodbyes with his buddy Taz and crew. But by then, the Polish org had already been through a couple of changes. So Snacks joined and parted ways with 6 other teams, including Illuminar, Anonymous, and Pampa. Snacks changed his playstyle to IGLing a young roster in Gamer Legion. And how did he do? Surprisingly, not bad. Inconsistent and a bit of a rough start, but all around not bad. Unfortunately, not claiming any trophies, Snacks had a 1.0 rating in the same 1.0 impact while having a 72.3 ADR. For an IGL for a tier 2 team, I'd say that's not that bad. But being back to tier 1 for the first time in a very long time, it's going to be interesting how G2 are going to use him. That and throw away the whole roles category because G2 straight up said F that. No anchors and a whole lot of firepower is a bold way to go, as now G2 needs some serious gelling to do well. And with Snacks reuniting with Taz, his former Virtus brother, I can imagine it was a giant party when he arrived. So overall, my thoughts on this are surprisingly mixed. On one hand, I could see the team gelling after this move, but on the other hand, you have no roles, which is vital in this day and age in CS2. And if anyone, apart from Flom, saw this move coming in the CS2 community, you're either lying or you can read minds. But all in all, I sort of like this signing? Question mark? I don't know, man. I think this team has the most potential if they get everything worked out well. Roles sorted out, everything. You can't have 4 people on A side on CT and Vertigo, just as an example. But man, I hope I don't eat these words at Christmas time in half a year. Man, what a crazy shock. What's next? You have got to be Hoping you all enjoyed, and if you did, like and subscribe. It's free and it helps out the channel an absolute ton, and if you want to see more, check out the vid on the left. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Have an epic day. I'm out. Peace!